Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all to the ECAC Week 6 matchup. We got a fantastic one for you. Best of 3, University of Kentucky versus Ball State University. Both of them being 4-1. This one's going to be close as ever. Joining me is the wonderful Catnator. How you doing?
Oh, I am doing absolutely fantastic. But one thing I want to check on are the maps for this series. We've already got the map picking bands done, and we'll shoot you over to them right now. We can take a look at what this series is going to look like. It'll be a little bit different than usual. As you see, it's going to be Ascent in map number 1. Map number 2 from BSU is going to be a breeze pick, something we've slowly seen get worked into the meta here. It's been more and more frequently played, so that's going to be an exciting map. And then if the tiebreaker comes to it, we'll get a map on Haven.
Yeah, Catnator, it looks like you're the new Astra skin because you look like you're in your astral form right now, soaring through space. I like it.
Well, you know, I'm an Astra main. I'm a big brain player. What can I say? And a big brain player coming over for us over on BCU is going to be Stokebot, their IGL. Do you know that this player started the game at Iron 2 and his FPS experience is just Mario Kart?
Mario Kart is my favorite FPS game, obviously. I love being able to just gun down Bowser every time I see him. So, I mean, hey, that's gonna give you a lot of practice. And we should be into this matchup fairly soon. But what do you think we're gonna be seeing? Looks like I'm getting word we are about to get right on into this one. Let's see these teams. And as far as the picks go, do you have any predictions that we're gonna see on this first map, Ascent? And really, if I had to make one, I'd say we're going to be seeing that Astra. She's really useful when it comes to these early setups. A lot of the top teams have been utilizing her on the pro level. She's been seen just about everywhere. And hey, as I say that, BSU already pulling out. Ian will be the man heading that one.
Yeah, no surprise. There's so much control on an Astra player. Interesting, we'll see Jamhead move to the Omen. It's definitely been a back and forth push and pull sort of battle between these controllers. Omen, just that player with a little bit more comfort. It's a little bit easier to play. You don't have to mesh as well. Sage coming out as well. This is a very old school comp we're seeing come out of Kentucky. We'll see if it works out for them. They are a club roster over there, so that could always bleed into things. The Ball State Cardinals are looking at a much more on meta composition, but hey, we say it every week, I feel like, Tristan. If your picks are comfortable, if you play them well, it doesn't really matter if you're meta or not.
Yeah, especially Omen, this is one of his best maps when it comes to the early setup as well, just because he has that blind he can throw through from that little A corridor from Cat, and so it'll set up the jet. She can dash forward. We've seen a lot of pro set pieces like that where they'll try and get some early aggression in. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him shift over to B main as well, just because that is another easy angle to set up some blinds early on, and especially it's so potent when you pair it with the jet. You get the Omen blind through. Jet can updraft with the knives and get a lot of early leeway like that. And as I say that, this round 1 already heavy presence being shown towards B here by Kentucky.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at a bit of a rush. It looks like we do have Pro on the top of Cat, though, so possibly the play to get laid up to 3 here to get up to Cat and then take towards the B side with and that'll hit to the back site.
Oh, yeah, Nagwin. Oh, man, there's a lot of players right around the corner. If he peeks mid, there are 3 ready to spring the trap at any moment. Tags through the wall. Parker even having the sheriff. He's going to try and get some wall bangs through there. But look at the shock dart. Beautiful work there. And the healing coming through for the Astra is going to make it that much more difficult. Even shifting back towards A. The B hit not coming through just yet. And so they're going to try and split apart the map here. They have so much pressure towards mid that this A crunch could be devastating. They don't have a single member in the A site right now, but that Killjoy utility can be massive.
Massive indeed, and they are going to have 2 set up towards Cat at the very least. So there's going to be trade potential coming through Tree if they opt to head towards Garden. Nagwin will start pushing forward. Recon's going to be in the smoke, so it doesn't actually gather any information. Jake, we're going to grab one early, and they're into sight already. Plan will go down. Alarm bot good for vulnerables, but nobody's peeking off of it, so no real value to be found. Turtle will head back to the team Garden, and they'll just look to play a clean post-plant Crossfire.
They got through a lot of utility from the Killjoy there without really losing too much, and so this is going to be that much better on the retake. The drone already being used, that's 400 credits. This is a lot being invested into this retake, and so they're going to need to make something happen soon.
They need to make something happen soon indeed. It'll be Ball State on the retake. They'll jump out of scaffold. It's a waterfall coming through, and Ian is good to collect two. They'll start the plant. They've got the Nebula up as well. So smart over towards A main, so they don't really have to worry about it. Stoke Bottle jump out. The Mario Kart player, he's rushing in, but Jam Hand's good for a shot, so he'll put that one down. A second as well. So a little bit of extra money to be gained for the Omen before inevitably falling. The Ball State, they've got the pistol.
Oh, that dart was massive. The moment the first hit came in, BSU just springing into action. That was a quick retake. The kill feed was just a sea of blue there. And man, I love the coordination there. They all hit the site at once. Great calls there. And really just all the kills fell their way. Ball State with a fantastic first round.
A fantastic first round indeed. The retake was nice. I like what we saw from Kentucky. Throwing some fake utility early into B side and then slowly working their way up towards mid and up through for the ace split, but just not able to get through. You saw the Sova Turtle try to work his way up towards window, but was unfortunately stunted out. Wasn't able to get much of anything except for damage taken, so just no value to be found. This time Janhan's going to be early into B main. Spotted out though.
Whoa.
Shot very, very low by the Astra. Lucky to be alive.
And through the smoke, that has to be frustrating for Jamhand, not even being able to get a look for himself before you're being taken down to 22 HP. And even bought the Sheriff. That's a little bit of extra money they got off the plant. Some of them tried to get a little upgrade on the weaponry here, but not a good omen to the Omen when you're getting tagged down that early on in the round. And Jaycorn, he's also going to hear these weapons. They know that the Sheriffs are out, and so they're not going to try and take too many long angles. They want to be fighting up close and personal with these Spectres.
100%. They'll work their way up mid now, where they're going to have those close angles for the defense.
Oh, Parker!
Oh, the Marshall. It's perfect on the angle, but it's not going to find anything. Jamhand's got a clean headshot. Astro won't hold the trigger. Will instantly shoot, and that's going to lead for double swings to come forward. Turtle to finish it before the swings even needed. Stokebot good for two. The Spectre from CT looking for more on the refrag. Currently throwing themselves into a funnel here is the University of Kentucky, as Ian will pick up another. Looking to swing, Stokebot waiting it out here. Still so disciplined. They're wanting to keep Spectres up, so they're able to play a bonus.
13 seconds. They have to get onto a site. They've been taking way too long in this round. They're playing it too slow. The flank is coming in. They get put into the meat grinder and finished off 2 rounds. And despite it looking a little bit scary early, Kentucky gets themselves a bullet bill in the form of Stoke. He comes out with a big 2K and evens up the numbers.
Numbers evened out indeed, and Ian and Stoke are just so clean on holding that crossfire, and it's just intelligent play like that makes all the difference. I know it's an anti-eco, Tristan, so really it's not too crazy to see them win it, and they dropped 2 guns, so not what they would really want to see out of that round, but the fact that they don't drop any more while they're being slowly rushed down the A side of things from those classics, they're able to hold crossfires, get frags without losing any more weaponry, and stuff like that starts to make a difference, especially later into the game.
Yeah, and luckily for them, the guns they dropped was just the classic and the Marshall, so nothing too expensive being lost there, but either way, 2 kills is a lot more than you can expect from most second rounds, and most teams will be fairly happy with that, especially considering it was mostly just Sheriffs and low buys all around the board. Astro, that could have been dangerous.
Days.
What a shot! That headshot was the most unlikely thing I would have expected in that scenario. He does get dropped down to 10 HP, and so not the prettiest of kills. A little bit labored, but still, nonetheless, considering this is mostly a bonus. Oh, through the wall, the Odin pickup was massive there. Turtle making great use of the Sova utility. Evening up the numbers here, but like I said, this is pretty much a bonus on Ball State. They didn't buy up too much here, so every kill that they get is massive, and Kentucky has dropped another. Corn doing a great job there. Fro gets the timing, though. He's going to trade it back. Turtle as well, entering onto the site. That's been cracked wide open, but he's a nasty surprise around the corner. It's a double up. He's able to take one down with him, and that's really all you can rely on in that situation. Kentucky now a 2v1, but Turtle on single-digit HP numbers. He will get healed up, and that is all important now. Hunkering down the defenses. There is still a headshot angle there. He can't hit it. The salad goes down. It's a 3-piece for Jaycorn. Whittles it down to the 1v1 and laying in the back of the site, tucking himself into safety. It's Turtle. Jaycorn hesitant, but he has plenty of time to work with here. He can play the mind games. As the dart goes out, he's going to get tagged once. The Odin spraying away, and Turtle gets the drop on him. The 3K to finish off the round. That came down to the wire. Kentucky clawed themselves over the finish line.
Yeah, but they're not coming out with any sort of money. They claw their way. Everything in the pants pockets fell out trying to get out of that thing, and they're looking at what's going to be a light buy from them. They'll throw a little bit of forced utility up, buy a little bit of extra weapons so they are able to buy around that Odin of Turtle, but they played so solo all the way through. We didn't see it was off camera, but in mid, they put 2 solo peaks in a row, one after the other, just got absolutely put into the meat grinder of J-Corn and Ian, and they were good for way more kills than they should have been. Turtle should never be in that 1v1 boathouse in the first place. So Ball State, they're not able to take the round, but they're able to take a lot of eco off of Kentucky here, and stuff like that starts to make a difference. It's got to be a bit more composed. We need to see the team play a bit more together.
Yeah, and the money right now for Kentucky is looking rough. They need to win this round, or they are back in the gutter. Their Nasdaq going to be dropping. The stonks lowered. Nice little jiggle peek there. Will draw at the first op shot, and a little bit of real estate bought off of that play.
It's an early default till mid here. Kentucky wanting to play this slower. I'm liking what we're seeing so far. We saw them very early into mid for the last 2 rounds now, so they've slowed it up, which is a good call because Ian has moved into the close angle towards top of flower pots, and they're not going to expect that if they were to head archway. So the call has been made correctly here for UKY, and now they'll look to execute on to the B site where Killjoy has now moved over. There's so much utility they're about to run into.
Oh, Astro, nice use of the utility. The recon dart going to get himself a freebie as they try and get onto the site. They are all being spotted here. There are so many players ready to spring into action. Corn's got 2, 1 more waiting under, and it is just destruction. 3 rounds as Ball State dominates and puts Kentucky back on the ecos.
Yeah, because Kentucky played that round significantly slower. I like the play there. They're wanting to get into a bit of a default, but we know, Tristan, that if you're going to default, you have to actually occupy space, you have to find contact, or you have to find utility. It's one thing to put players into default positions, but it's another thing to have them not make any sort of presence at all, right? And Ball State's able to see the only presence that they get over to the B site. They send additional players over, and then they have all the utility in the world. Astro's already to market, already has the recon out, and they're easily finding frags off of it. So Kentucky, they've got to show a little bit more map presence. They don't have any control early into the round.
Oh man, and this is this is rough to see. Just the classics coming out for a few of the members here. They are in this round with pretty much a hope and a prayer. And it's a little bit rough to be committing the drone as well, because it's an extra 400 credits. That is not cheap. That adds up when you use it every round like that. And so unless they're really gaining some ground off the back of that drone, it's hard to watch it just be used to not really get much information on the site. They are being afforded a little bit more room than they normally would, though, all the way up cat without really much resistance. And now they're getting spotted out here. The rotations are coming through. J-Corn does take a headshot for himself, but I do believe that was clipped through the wall. Ooh. Parker is back, though, and he is back with a vengeance. They have a few players waiting and ready around the corner, and there it is. Knock him up. Knock him down. Don't actually knock him up. That was a bit of a misspeak by me. But Fro, he's going to be the next one up to the plate. Astro doubles up here, enjoying a few eco frags for himself. Turtle is the last man standing, and somehow I do not think he is long for this world. Peaks top mid, very close to getting decapitated by Astro there, and through the wall he is getting pierced without even being able to see much. Out come the shock darts. It is D-Day right now back there, and Stokebot is able to clean up the round. 4-1 now as Ball State puts themselves ahead in eco even further.
Yeah, this is a well-played round from Ball State all the way through. You see Parker initially pulled on the rotation, but then immediately comes back, spots Nagwin over towards Cat. His Sky does, rather. J-Corn spots that, and he says, well, surely they got to be coming this direction. They're absolutely correct in the prediction. And then they just play nicely off of one another. Parker getting set up by J-Corn for opportunity thanks to that trailblazer that comes through. And they're just there cleaning each other up nicely. They've been reading the offense quite well so far. And that round, there wasn't really much to read in the first place. It kind of got given away, or the information was given to them, and they just played with what they got. Parker now moving things up with the operator. Should be good for a free one here unless the shot goes awry.
I love this. Have the jet moving all around the map, give them different looks each round. Make sure that they can never take an angle for free. And you can see they're trying to play with some patience here. And although Parker does miss the shot, you can see how hesitant they are to actually move through, even drawing out the drone. Another 400 locked up. But I don't know if you want to still hold this angle if you have the operator, because it is going to be a difficult task to get through. And Turtle lays him to rest. That's a lot of money down to the operator and a big force to be reckoned with that's now removed off the map.
Yeah, this is going to create a nice bait play for Ian, because they want to guarantee this space now, because they don't want this operator to get recovered by the defense. And now Ian has moved forward, has an Odin in hand. There's a real potential this Aster is about to find a spray down, because now the Sova's moved to log as well. So they're set up for this one. Presence has been made for a very long time now for UKY, and they have not rotated off. So they're still looking to hit what is a very covered site.
Jet is almost all the way onto the A site. If they pivot off here, this could be a freebie.
Spotted by turret. We'll break turret down. So KJ's going to know They will send one back over, so it's now only 2 onto the defense, but still a very strong crossfire. Oh, Ian assumes a rotation has come through. Turtle would be good for one, Nagwin another. That's the freebie you're talking about.
Huge mind games there from Kentucky, just having Fro work all the way through CT, and now he's about to get another for his troubles. It's the easiest kill of his life. 13 seconds left on the round, and Kentucky has their hands behind their head. They are relaxing. They have their feet up. The full site being taken, the bomb down, and only one man to try and answer. It's Stokebot.
Stokebot just wants to take a couple guns down here. The eco is very good for Ball State. If you can get 1 or 2 exits, we're feeling all right, but it's not to be. Nagwin will have it solidified. A falls round for Kentucky. It's exactly what they're going to want here, as the momentum hasn't really been in their favor so far, but they're able to find a late lurk coming through from Fro, a little bit of momentum to get this offense rolling.
Man, oh man, can the economy be fickle? Look at that BSU already having to use up a lot of their money because they had a very expensive buy. I mean, Odin's, operators, those things aren't cheap, and as Kentucky picks up a flawless round, they're quickly bolstering their money situation. Astro, even going with the light armor here, you can definitely afford to buy up with the help of a teammate, but maybe the money's just in an awkward spot. Everyone's sitting around 1K, and so this is another important round. Kentucky's definitely going to want to drop this operator yet again, because after that, oh, Turtle, look at the aggressive move, knowing that Parker won't leave the angle just yet. As they try and go to recover it, you need to stop doing that, Ball State, because you are getting punished over and over again. This operator has caused several deaths.
Yeah, you'll see Ball State start to get a little bit over-aggressive here, a little bit overconfident. And it's just good plays all the way around for Kentucky to take advantage. The Wildcats will move ahead, and now they've gained so much map control. Fro will be able to occupy some space over towards Market. Ian will make his presence known now. Oh, huge awareness that he might be smoke training frags to come back through trades forward. Nagwin, the winner of that fight, though, ahead to B site for a free plant. Jake Korn left on cat. This one's winnable.
Absolutely, and those trades were fantastic on both sides of the board, but because of that early pick onto Parker, it is still a one-man advantage for Kentucky here, and they have the site, they have the Sova information. Crucially, Sova being one of the last members alive is all important because he has these recon darts to stall out Jake Korn. He can't move out into the open while that's still scanning the area. They still have the drone, that would be even better, but in this situation, all they have to do is hit their shots, and as he's sweeping, one flip from Jake Horn, he shorts it down to a 1v1. Another one right to the head. 2 shots, 2 kills. Hide your heads, hide your domes, because Ball State's on a hunt.
My days. Jake Horn, a maniac with the 1v2 to keep Ball State rolling here in this one. It's unfortunate from the back of boat, right? There's a real opportunity for a refrag there. Both players just go for early peeks. They're looking for information. The recon came out very early into the post plant before Jake Korn was actually around. And you see him heads up awareness there to wait mid-market, let the recon scans go through, and then play forward. Doesn't give any sort of information, is able to walk all the way down towards site, clear so many initial angles, recognizes they've got to be back to the boat, doesn't throw flashbangs, doesn't want to give any info to the team, and is able to just walk in and take care of business off of info peaks.
I mean, are you kidding me, Jay Korn? Can you even, I can't even criticize Kentucky too much for that, because they just got absolutely massacred by ridiculous flicks. The guy must be playing on a high sensitivity because, man, he was just finding heads. Astro even getting one with the Hunter's Fury. That's so difficult to do. He didn't actually tag anyone. That was a blind ultimate. He was still able to take one out. Oh, Fro just takes Parker out of the air. That is the imposter down, and a nice trade back plus the resurrection. Kentucky, suddenly the numbers have been shifted back into their favor.
Little resurrection to gather some advantage here, and they'll work their way now over towards CAC. KJ Util is set in that direction, but it's only KJ actually occupying space, so Fro will be able to tailwind in. Nanoswarm's going to get a kill on Nagwin, so res the ones can't be resed again out of this one. Right clicks. Oh my days. Fro was looking to do a little too much. So the knives are going to be out of this round. Still the op in hand, of course. Rest of the team trying to make their way towards site. A lot of oppressive utility early, though.
Oh yeah, the utility working wonders. The Mario Kart player just left a banana on the floor, and it looks like they slipped right over it. Ian as well, getting one across the map. The salad will be dropping before the retake can even come in. 3v4 now. They've had some miraculous retakes before. Let's see if they can make it happen as the Astral Divide comes out. Shock darts are here, and they're all funneling through the same choke point. They have to avoid the lockdown. Oh, that's beautiful! Brilliant. The coordination, Astro, knowing they had to go to that corner if they wanted to survive. This retake is as good as done. Jamhand, the last one alive yet again. We've seen this before, and he is not long for the world. Astro cleans it up, a 2-piece and a soda. The utility usage, just gorgeous from Ball State. This is why they're 4-1.
Yeah, it takes 3 ultimates, but very much worth it to break Eco yet again and guarantee themselves not just that round, but what should be this round too, unless these sheriffs come absolutely crazy. I mean, we saw some frags earlier, but I think it's pretty safe to say the Ball State should have this one, especially on the defense. It's going to be the attacking team walking into their crosshairs, so makes things just that much easier for them here into this round.
I mean, three ultimates.
Clinical.
I'll take that any day of the week if you
Yeah.
can guarantee a retake like that.
Yeah.
That was just so well done all around
Especially
the
keeping
board.
so many weapons up.
Yeah, I mean, those shock darts got the ridiculous value there because of the coordination. And
Yeah.
whoever's the coach, I'm sure they're very happy to see what just went down there because that was a coach's dream right there.
Just like we drew it up.
Exactly.
Not an early presence here. Kentucky towards mid. We saw them playing here into the earlier rounds. They were getting beat out by crossfires, but now that there's been a defensive change here for Ball State, thinking maybe it's time to revisit.
Ooh,
see if
early
the defense
Jets.
has gotten a little weaker.
The barrel just poked out. I think Fro saw it. But Parker, he's going to have a quick
That's easy.
opportunity. It looks like Fro didn't actually see it come all the way through, and as soon as he swings into the angle, Parker, this time, he's been gotten the better of the last 2 early exchanges. But he will not be taken out a 3rd time. This time, J-Corn, oh, dangerous, playing on a knife's edge right now. He does still have both of his guiding lights, and so if he can get a clean blind here, could rack up quite a few kills. But he is playing very precariously right now. He is essentially the only man on A with 0 information, just trying to dance around as the Salad slowly works up mid, but he could be walking right into a crossfire, checks the other angle, recovers the gun as well. Oh, he is thanking his lucky stars right now because by all means, he should not be getting out alive. 13 seconds, though. They're playing this one perhaps a little bit too slow. It's the utility once again. The second player they weren't expecting. Stokebot sets them up. J-Corn dunks it, and it's Ball State rolling right now. It looks like they're just out-strategizing their opponent as well as outgunning them.
It's an interesting hold over to the B site. They don't put anybody towards site. Instead, they opt to play 2 towards mid-market, and they're watching for the actual mid push instead. Because they've got turret watching over towards B main. They've got Alarm Bot there as well. And then you saw the Nano Swarms come forward. We're able to actually wrap up a kill for Stokebot. That would have been Spike getting planted. They would have been able to go to site. And then the rest of the team, once that Spike goes down, start to panic just a little bit. They rush towards mid-market looking for kills and just get absolutely evaporated instead. But the hold, it was interesting, peculiar to steal from your vocabulary, but fortunately it does work out for them. Now we see
I'm loving these.
Kentucky once again trying to make changes.
Loving these. Look at the stacks. They never expected it. Ian able to get a freebie despite being tagged by the dart. He does get traded back through the wall. Fro as well getting his own headshot. And so through sheer mechanical skill, it looks like Kentucky is able to fight tooth and nail to get this round back. J-Corn though, he's still on the site. Another headshot. Fro right off of his shoulders. Nagwin as well. They're firing in all cylinders, and it looks like the rounds that Kentucky is winning. They're doing it off of pure gunplay and skill alone, while Ball State relying a bit more on their setups and their utility. And so I do believe that is the difference in round score we're seeing so far. But when you're on the attacking side, sometimes it's the defensive that you need to really catch up in those round scores. And 4v1, I don't mean to count Parker out of this round too early, but it's going to be a difficult retake to say the least. The first headshot is able to be landed, but Fro is there for the backup.
Mentioned Ball State throwing stacks ahead, throwing extra players out early. Ian is trying to play into B main, grab a pick, and then smoke train his way out, which he gets caught out by that Odin spray. The recon definitely helps in that matter, unmask the player hiding in the smoke, but sometimes defenses can kind of give away rounds. It's stuff just like that because, Tristan, if it works, hell yeah, more power to you. You made a nice play. If it doesn't work, you end up getting trampled onto the B site from one player while the rest of the players run over to A, get a free spike plant, and then have a 4-on-1 post.
Yeah, and I mean, even though they were able to get that drone off, it was still a 1-for-1 at the end, as he was able to take out the Salad before he drops down. It was mostly, and I will say the Jet deserves a lot of credit there for getting the entries onto A, both of them. Corn as well, early on, taking down Fro. And I just really enjoy what Ball State is doing here. Very creative setups. They're committing a lot of unexpected angles there that a lot of the times Kentucky is just caught looking the wrong way. And it will be the resurrection used. And so still a 5v5, a second chance to swing the numbers back in their favor if they're Kentucky. And Parker just trying to jiggle the angle. Jam fully aware of the tendencies of this Jet to peek out a little bit more aggressively, hoping for a freebie himself instead. He'll give it up for now. Even here's the updraft.
Now we're looking at a new mid hole as Parker now has that operator towards mid, and they move the KJ over towards Cat now. Astro's not going to have a refrag this time around, but won't need it. Good for 2 all alone, and Ian is once again tucked into main, into the Nebula. This time it will work out quite nicely. And give a right click too, just for show.
30 seconds.
You're not going to like the next patch coming up soon, Tristan. I might have to say, but for now, it'll guarantee a little 2-piece, and that leaves Turtle all alone towards lobby. Not much going to get found here. Odin can get saved, possibly, but definitely going to get hunted for.
Yeah, how annoying is this to play against if you're Kentucky? It feels like you're not ever able to take a fair fight because you're either getting weird smoke angles, you're getting an operator shoved in your face early on, you're getting these weird trade setups, these stacks. I really do think that Kentucky is a little bit confounded as to what they're up against, because Ball State just coming up with a new set piece every round.
Yeah, and I think we've hit a new stage of the game in general, especially on Ascent. We see it very often. It's a map that's always, almost every best of 3 is getting played. It's a map that every team knows quite nicely. We've hit this middle where the defensive side feels so much stronger, because as soon as that Jet gets an operator, it becomes so much harder to actually attack anything, as long as the defense stays unpredictable. Like we're seeing from Ball State, they're constantly moving. They never know where the operator is for the Kentucky offense. They constantly set up hits. You can see they're setting up set piece executes, but they just get absolutely evaporated by the operator constantly moving.
That was a game of inches right there. J-Corn just tucking behind the box before his head gets ripped off. And now one of the boxes being impenetrable on that site gives them a little bit more safety. You don't instantly die if they're able to dart you on the site at this point, as Fro will also be tagged up there. A little bit ambitious to walk out into the open while being darted. I was nervous for him there, but luckily no one there to take advantage of the extra vision they get. Nagwin just solo onto the site with the Empress. They depended on him to actually get access to the site, and he delivers. With that, I mean, the B site will just crumble wide open.
That's the one thing that hasn't really changed. It's been the same exact setup. And Astro, once again, going to be good for Hunter's Fury pick. Every ultimate from this player has resulted in picks, and Nagwin to take one back quite quickly. This retake gets more and more doable. J-Corn's good to grab another. And they have a lot of utility for it as well.
That's huge. They identified the player B main. That guiding light and that B main position can be so difficult to break through to get onto the site. And it's resulted in so many retakes being destroyed before they can even come into fruition. And now they're establishing more and more information, but now the knives are out, Fro can make himself a very difficult target to hit. He springs out into the open. They're not able to kill him. He's got 2 with the knives. 1v1 now in the back of the site. Just enough room to wiggle out of this lockdown, but the bomb, it's already so far gone. The Sage should have the easiest takedown of his life, unless he knows exactly what's going on here. The last round of the half will be going over Kentucky. 8-4 is a lot less intimidating than 9-3.
I think that's muscle memory there for Parker. Typically, you see that defensive lockdown go down to Boathouse, and then that has all of sight. So I think, or Workbench rather. And I think the expectation there for Parker is that that must be where the ultimate is, and he's going to get detained if he's back at sight. Because you see him stick that defuse by the way of, well, clearly he left sight and doesn't check boat at all. But we know here, dramatic irony, that there's significant amounts of room still towards that back of the site. The lockdown's in a weird place, quite frankly. There was a player B main that they're worried about, but, you know, it happens, I guess. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes you can drop information that others may see as fairly straightforward. And for this first round, we have Ball State all gathering towards A main. A bit more of a default now, as we have a player towards B and mid as well. A little bit more slow pace in the round. And I do like this, just not giving any information away, even waiting out the wall, slowly creeping up at all sides of the map. If they're able to establish cat control, then they do have 3 all around the A site. And wow, Nagwin, a little bit too aggressive for his own good. He just walks into a firing squad, taken out of the round early on, and suddenly the Salad, he's stuck in the corner. He's got to go big here, but he's in a great position to do so. They don't see him. They are all around the smoke, and Salad springs into the action for the first. He's got a second. He's got a third. The Salad, are you kidding me?
1 enemy remains.
He had no business holding like he did, but clever maneuvering brings his team back from the brink.
just Salad just makes an outplay there, and this Killjoy would have to do the same thing. First beat comes through from Turtle back at Cat. Shot's not quite connecting.
Oh, this
no
is
bullets
awkward.
in the gun anymore. Just a matter of time for the rest of the squad. Plays over. They'll hear the footsteps looking for the jumping right click early. Not going to spot anything just yet. Behind the smoke. Patience is a virtue here for Fro, and he'll be rewarded for the effort. So Kentucky will manage to grab that round after what is just an absolute insane play from the Sage, and there's nothing more to it.
And oh man, that is one tasty salad if you're Kentucky. That was not on my bingo card. Salad just running through A main and absolutely murdering everyone with right clicks. And yeah, you've heard a lot of top level players talk about how insane the classic can be in situations like that. And really, the Salad just putting on a clinic as to how you can run and gun effectively with that pistol. But like you said, hey, next patch may not treat the classic just as kindly. I don't know if he makes that same play when it comes to this next update. But Parker now slowly creeping out mid. They are going to see that gun barrel poking out as he tries to go for the jump spot. Beautifully timed blind. Going to stall out this push. Draw rotations over. And right before the door closes, Jam Hand says thank you very much. Ian does get a nice little headshot for himself, but unfortunately for him, he's up against Reyna, who can easily heal up afterwards. And Fro, wow. So much damage, so much value off of just the Sheriff. A few shots for 3, and that's going to feel real good if you're Kentucky. And like we were talking about, sometimes it just takes that side switch to really get the ball rolling. Kentucky looking like a completely different team just 2 rounds in.
All right, now that we're into the gun round, a bonus for Kentucky. We got to have a conversation here, Tristan. Because this defense doesn't really have any oppressive utility. They've got a Sage Wall and they have slows. But that's pretty much all this composition is giving them defensively. The Omen is going to have a paranoia, is going to be able to zone a little bit, but it's not that Astra. It doesn't have Nova Pulses. It doesn't have Gravity Well. There's a significant lack of control that could start to get noticed for Kentucky if they're not able to take these aggressive peaks that you're seeing. They almost have to with this composition, because when it comes to actually running it down, Ball State will get into sight for pretty free real estate as long as they're able to waste Sage utility early round.
Running it down is what I do best, baby. But on the second side of the same coin, the composition for Ball State isn't exactly the most offensively oriented. They have the Astra, they have the Killjoy. There are a few initiators with the Sky being able to get them out onto a site, but it definitely isn't like they have a ton of duelists that they can really make great use of in wet net. Nagwin, you have a test in front of you. He's got one, softens up the second, but he does go down and right out in the open. The Salad will not be making anything miraculous happen this time around. Kind of a questionable position there. So far out in the open without much control of Cat setup just yet. Didn't really have a lot of time to react to that swing, and so a 3v3 now onto the site. This is where some of these controllers can make better use. 2 bombs, 2 nanoswarm grenades already on the bomb. There is still Sova up. The shock dart can clear those out if he does have that presence of mind, and they're being given plenty of time to set up here. Stokebot just watching the wide out angle with his teammate. Fro's going to have a lot to do here, and he is not going to make it happen. Stokebot quick on the trigger. Now with this bomb ticking lower and lower, the Turtle, he's got his own assignment that he can't pass. It's all up to Jam Hand, and really at this point, it is not going to be something that seems very feasible. Jay Korn cleans him up. Round done and dusted, and Ball State trying to get themselves back in the driver's seat.
It's quite ironic. I was about to mention exactly the execute that we just saw, but you got to see it firsthand instead of verbally from me. All it really takes them to get into sight is a nice flash from Jay Korn and Parker to either get that entry pick or to dash in and be the bait early. This time it's the pick to come forward, and future rounds we'll see it just be the dash to sight to make room. And that's really all they need to get in offensively. And then as you mentioned, once they have the Sentinel and the controller onto the actual site, if they can keep them alive early into the execute, now they have a clean post plant. So they've got a lot more versatility to this offensive composition here. And it's just really going to take Kentucky making far plays. Like, Nagwin needs to be in that position, but he needs that first kill, right? So he's able to dismiss away.
Oh, Ian, that is big. It's going to cause disruptions in the back line, but Turtle, he's standing tall. He's got 2, nearly a third. Wasn't able to get the scope up just in time. Bro now caught out in the open. This is awkward as ever. He dashes himself into a wall, and into the grave he goes. 3v2 now as site setup is going to come through. J-Corn even getting an extra bit of damage just as the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. That is just unfortunate. You see them once again going for off angles, trying to make something happen. Fortunately, the shots just don't connect, and Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Ball State get a clean execute. Now they're looking at a pretty clean post plan as well. They won't have the nano swarms, but they still have gravity wells, and that Astra's the B main as well, so they're going to be able to utilize them. There's no trouble there. Recon will go out. Finally, you see that delayed recon come out. We didn't see it earlier, but we see it now. Doesn't get the scan, gets shot too early, and
Wow.
the Astra, there's a chance for this one.
The Salad actually watching that the entire time. That's huge. They get that kill. Really a lot of patience being utilized here, but this bomb is so low. Astro is able to get the first one. He's already running out of the Salad. I don't think running out of the site, I should say. The Salad is going to try and clean up the last, but Astro is a man on a mission right now. He cannot be stopped, and he even takes out with the gun. 10-6 now as Ball State reaches double digits off the back of an individual hero play.
Yeah, Astro absolutely getting involved, able to solidify that round, and we're going to be looking at a very clean economy. We can't say so much over there for the UKY side. They're back into that broken save mentality. Ooh, just the Salad throw out a Bucky. Honestly, I don't blame you. Have the money for it. Might as well go crazy. See if you can get something here, especially as that's been the A-site player. Throw up the wall, throw the Bucky on top of it. Maybe you're good for 1 or 2.
Yeah, it looks like the Salad just tucking himself into the corner. We've seen this already. If they decide to go Cat here, he might end up getting dropped for free. And especially on eco rounds, I don't think they're really willing to just all spring through A main without much utility going out beforehand. But J-Corn, he's actually taking a lot of damage through the wall. The high penetration of the Sheriff. He should have seen Fro to the left side of main there. Doesn't seem to be too savvy of it just yet. But a little bit nerve-wracking here to be losing health so early on in the round. And it's on the Sky, too. Can't really get healed up.
Yeah, looks like they know. They definitely know Fro is in that left corner. They don't know if he's gotten away now, though. The Nebula from Ian actually going to deny him the information. He hoped it would have gained. Nagwin, in the meantime, will be able to clear all of mid, but doesn't know Ian's tucked towards Sub Rosa.
Can he hear that?
Can hear going into form, can hear jumping. There's no jumping to be heard just yet. It feels like there's a player here. They spotted it earlier, and they haven't seen it since. But in the meantime, B-side will be occupied, and Turtle, the only player there.
Oh, he's getting pinched right now. Can't hit the first shot, and Parker was quick there. Jamman, where did you come from? No one was wary of his position there. He's even springing out onto the side. He's got a second headshot. Nearly gets to safety, but Astro ensures that his teammate does not die in vain. That's going to be the bomb going down. They have utilities to spare. Even with the Hunter's Fury, I'm surprised he didn't even use it there. But he didn't want to get rushed while he had it out. Parker now playing the defensive side. Even expecting the updraft from the Jet. Kind of a tricky situation here as we see over the wall. Nagwin joins up with his teammate. The Empress healing him up. He checks the corner, but not in time. He double takes Fro with the right click. Digs the knife into the chest of Parker. It's a Jet v Jet, and only one can remain. Fro stands tall for Kentucky when they needed him the most.
It's a huge right click from Fro. They barely hold on to that one. In Kentucky, they really didn't buy too much into this round. A couple Sheriffs, a Bucky out initially, and they're able to walk away with a round they're not expecting to get. That's more than just economic prowess. That's confidence for this team that has been struggling just a little bit to find answers in the last half. Now they're going to have some answers on the defensive side of things. They're going to have some money in the pockets, guns to come through here. They're going to lack a little bit of utility as they go up to play that operator, and Nagwin is going to buy full armor, so they'll miss just a little bits and pieces, but now they've got that upgraded weapon. They'll be able to lock things down. Now we get to see if that Jet can make a difference with that big old rifle in the hands.
Yeah, and winning on a Thrifty, that is so fantastic for your economy. You get a lot of money as a result. I mean, you destroy a lot of economy on the other side of the board. It's just an all-around big momentum swing as we see a heavy stack towards the A site. It looks like they realize how close their economy is to breaking right now. Out comes the Hunter's Fury. The Salad going to try and put on some fancy footwork. The blue suede shoes. How far can it get you? They're being distracted. They're being pulled apart. They are being evaporated. 3 go down, 2 remaining. They are all off site. They've got to get through a line of defense if they even want a chance at touching the bomb.
Okay. I like that strategy from Ball State. They didn't really buy anything into this round, so instead they take the prospect of let's just use every ultimate and go steal their guns instead. And that's exactly what happened. Sometimes that play does not go that way. You use every ultimate and you just burn them, but in this scenario, Ball State just got a boatload of value out of 4 ultimates. Bladestorm's still going to be activated, trying to hunt just a little bit here, but they want to make sure that after such an expensive ult orb investment, they don't lose these things.
Yeah, and I mean, oh, the dart. That's going to be
no
rough for
info.
Fro. Oh, he gets right out
No
of
info.
range. It doesn't actually see him, and so maybe he is able to hang on to this just barely. But, I mean, if you're Kentucky there, you stacked the A site. They had essentially all 5 members in the area, and yet they're still just pulled apart there. So Kentucky gonna have to rethink their strategy a little bit, considering how poorly that last round went for them. And now the money, it's back on food stamps to pick up some Spectres, light armor. I don't even know what the Salad's gonna do. He's only got 1750 credits.
Yeah, it's definitely an awkward scenario too when you're able to save 2 weapons. So the rest of your team has to play the decision of, do we buy around you? Do we just let you have the gun and hope for the best? Because seriously, if they lose this round, now that they forced up around it, they're not going to have anything going into what's going to be match point. So saving can honestly sometimes hurt your team more than it helps, but they are able to get weapons into this one, and especially that operator you need to save that gun time and time. Drone didn't clear. Drone didn't clear.
Oh no, Ian, 2 kills. It's a disaster for Kentucky, and man, they even forced up. This could be the 12th round, along with economic complete dominance. The last player towards the back of the site. It is up to Jamhand to do something spectacular here to keep his team in it. He can't even land the first. The running spray doesn't work out. It's been nerfed, and he has been laid out. 11-7, soon to be 12-7 if the trend continues. Stokebot gets to lay down all the utility, and you can tell Ball State playing with more confidence. They have players willing to get more out into the open, and I don't even know if Kentucky is willing to go for this.
It's another tough decision to make, right? You're already going to be forcing regardless. If Salad could at least take a couple guns down, it might be helpful, but we know Ball State's going to have enough economy to rebuy anyway. And the Odin's quite expensive, so if they can get it out the round, that's honestly the best option here for Kentucky. Salad's playing the safest angle possible, trying to look for just one CT stare possibly. But Ball State, I mean, they just steamroll there, and that really comes down to that Sova drone early out of mid-market. It didn't clear corner. It didn't clear any of Archway.
Oh,
They didn't
no.
expect Ian to be up that quick, and he's able to get the first 2.
Oh no!
That's disastrous.
Dropping these guns is terrible. And now, I mean, what can they even pick up? This is sub 3K credits for everyone on the team. I mean, this is essentially the last stand of all last stands. Kentucky, they're going to have to pull out something, a rabbit out of the hat, if they want to remain in this game, because as far as advantages go, momentum, credits, weaponry, it's all in the favor of BSU.
We haven't really seen Fro find anything just yet with the operator, so now is the time to channel the energy to make something happen, as that's really going to be a point to rely on into this round. Ball State, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll set it B this time. There's nobody mid, though. As there's been a player anchored Archway, they're not even going to take it at all. They're just going to steamroll into the site, as there's no oppressive utility at all. They've only got the Omen now towards back of site. So the utility instantly broken, and they take their way forward. Jamhand stuck. Parker will take it out, and that's site already.
Oh man, and you can just see the difference between the two teams in the coordination. BSU, as soon as that drone tags one, they're springing onto the site, they're flooding it, they're overwhelming the defender, and just no trades able to come through. When you're a lone Omen on the site, I mean, you have to be watching every different angle. And now 4v5, no control of the site. Ian with a fantastic backstab here. If he exercises trigger discipline, he could get more, but 1 is fine. It's a 3v5 now. He's not using caution. He's not taking his foot off the gas. He's helping his team. And with that Pro, I mean, the shorty picks up 1. He's got the operator in tow, but it's not going to mean a single thing. Ball State just aggressively pushed their way through the first map, 13-7. It looked to be close. It looked to be competitive. But in the end, when the Ball State gets rolling, and it cannot be stopped. And that was a fantastic map 1.
Oh, fantastic map 1 indeed. And worth mentioning, that is Kentucky's map. And then Breeze, our second map, is going to be for Ball State. And that's a map that has a ton of frag potential. It's really important to be getting picks. And we don't really have a ton of players to call out for frags in that department. So there's going to be a lot of questions going into map number 2. But I think we can kind of chalk that one almost up to composition. Because once you get onto the defensive side, you don't really have much to work with. And you can see Ball State take full advantage. They just work around it quite nicely. They overwhelm sites. They recognize, hey, all we need to do is contact push. And as soon as we kill that first player, we're into sight, baby. And that's exactly what happened. They took it, played a nice post plant, and got the job done. They definitely stood out in the competition. And Tristan, I believe our sponsors can help you stand out as well.
Absolutely. And what better sponsor to help you stand out than Lenovo Legion? They know you play to win. To stand out from the competition, you need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. For me, that may not be very fast, but hey, Lenovo can definitely still give me the top tier equipment. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers wins in the toughest, most critical situation. You saw all those clutches that last map? Well, guess what? I would be willing to bet they're using Lenovo gear. And so with an extreme 1 millisecond response time, can you even count to 1 millisecond? I can't. Insane. 240 hertz refresh rate. The Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, but it does a lot more. Built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at the tournament level, the Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch FHD IPS panel. That's a whole lot of letters, and it means a whole lot more. With built-in NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility, the Legion Y25 monitor is available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers. And if they don't have it, then they're just not a fine retailer. So big shout out to Lenovo. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring. We appreciate you guys more and more with every broadcast. And with that, we will be heading to a quick break. But before we say that, I want to bring up one point about that last match. I mean, it felt like Ball State. How many times did we say, wow, that Ball State utility netted them a few kills? Man, that Ball State utility was fantastic. Meanwhile, on the other side of the board, I don't think we were ever really wowed by the Kentucky utility usage that game. And that's something that they're definitely going to have to make some differences on. It definitely did. A lot of it come down to team composition. But at the same time, it is very easy to make your team composition look good when you are that much more coordinated than your opposing team. And so I would not only like to see, a bit more coordination on the team composition, but a little bit more coordination as teammates, because there is nothing more anime than the power of friendship bringing you over the finish line. And so with that, we will be back after this short break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have a potential swing back in a game 3 between our two 4-1 teams. We'll be back soon.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ECAC. It's Valorant week number 6. I'm Catnator and I'm joined with the lovely Tristan Cass. Are you ready for map number 2?
I am more than ready. I am waiting, and I am so excited to get into this one because that map 1 was so back and forth. And I mean, we saw moments of brilliance from both teams. That when Kentucky was winning some of these rounds, it was just skill all the way through. And as I say that, we're gonna jump right into this game too. No time to delay because we are happy as ever to get into Breeze. It's going to be University of Kentucky picking that defensive side early on, and we're going to see if this team composition does differ at all. I mean, Ascent and Breeze are 2 completely different maps. Obviously, the Viper is a staple pick. Twix already ready to bring that one out, and I believe Twix is subbing in. I don't believe we saw too much of Twix in that last map, unless I am losing my mind here. Cypher as well, already being teased early on here. Parker switching back to his tried and true Jet. Jet, obviously, I mean, another staple of the map. The operator is huge here. And we saw even in some of the biggest tournaments, CNED, his Jet, around the A site. The guy was simply playing the most psychopath angles possible and getting away with highway robberies. He got pick after pick. I want to see these operators go head to head. I want to see them play aggressive like they were in the last map, and I want to see what they can really do with their mechanical skill. We see some of these collegiate teams just displaying the utmost technical mastery of their agents.
I'm scared, Tristan. I'm scared for the Omen pick. Look, I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm just saying you will lose a lot of additional utility with the Omen. That's all I'm saying. If they want to run it, okay, go crazy. We'll see if it works out. We don't even know what the rest of the composition is for BSU yet. They're trying to dodge the game. So, honestly, I'd rather have him hover Omen than not play an agent in the first place.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on there with the team compositions. Maybe a visual bug, but looks like we're back in the lobby. So maybe perhaps someone just not ready to hop in there yet. But to go off of your point about the Omen, I mean, when you think about the Omen, you think of tight quarters. That blind is fairly short ranged. It's like a teapot, short and stout, baby. It can get a wide area, but it's not going to reach very far. And so some of the smaller maps, the binds, even the ascent with some of the early corridors you can throw it out through. You can get a lot of advantages through that, and it looks like we are back in the pick selection. We'll see if they decide to run that Omen back.
Second chance.
Or if they decide to, yeah, exactly. They get a second chance here. Maybe they think better of the decision. But Jamhand, steadfast on the Omen, and looks like he is not discouraged after a fairly slow game one. And Astro, is this going to be a Brimstone as well? I can't imagine.
I was going to say this. If you're going to play a second controller, at least play Brimstone, because the smokes are going to be big enough to cover the middle of the map at least. So you're not going to have to use both smokes for one area. Honestly, I think the Brimstone is a fine pick. I think that's a lot safer than the Omen's going to be. Then you get some stim beacons, you get a little cheese, you have a little fun with it.
Well, it looks like we're just getting
which I like a lot. I like that a lot more, Tristan.
Yeah, we're getting teased all around the board here, but I do enjoy a good Sova on this map. Sova doing a great job of being able to clear out, behind pyramids, some of these close angles, maybe even mid. Nest can also be sweeped out with some of the darts, and there's just a lot of different. If you're a good Sova and you know your proper lineups, then you can really gain a lot of intel on some of these larger sites.
Okay, so essentially for the Wildcats, we have the Ascent composition minus the KJ. Now we've got the Viper of Twix instead. So we basically take everything that I said to you during halftime last game and hear it again.
Well, I love me a broken record player, so have to see how that one works out. Now, Cypher is an agent that I don't see as often on some of these maps, just because a lot of teams tend to fall towards some of the, I guess you could say, the newer type of Sentinels, maybe the Killjoy, things like that. But I'm interested to see how Stokebot adjusts, because he was playing the Killjoy last game, and he feels like the Cypher is just a better pick all around, as we see an early Viper lineup. Fro wants to take some fights before they actually spring onto the site. Not able to get much done, but as I say that, nice connection there right between the eyes. He's going to make these numbers a 4v5, and I love the strategy just to get that single pick. You can play for the retake, use your numbers advantage, wait for your teammates to come through, buy as much time as you can. Now that the wall is down, suddenly they're going to take a lot of damage from these shock darts, and they are all funneled towards the same part of the map, taking heavy damage all around the board, and they're getting crunched in on. One shot through the wall, Overheal to come through as well. They're all lined up, they're knocked down. Turtle chimes in with two of his own, and suddenly Stokebot is left all alone. What are you doing all the way back there, buddy? You don't have lineups, you're playing Cypher.
Yeah, you don't got lineups at all. The only thing you've got is the opportunity to line up shots on your own with the Classic, but not when there's that much vision denial in your way. Stokebot's good for one. But that's it. Turtle shut it down 3K for the Sova. So University of Kentucky, they're going to take round number uno. And we can say, you mentioned it after post-game, although we didn't get a singular player who was really stepping up to the plate fragging for UKY, everybody was fragging in order to win rounds, right? The ability for them to actually convert with that composition was to be fragging in the first place. So the fact that they were able to keep the game at least a little bit competitive spoke to the fragging potential that they had. Now that they're playing a map that is entirely about fragging, maybe they start to look pretty clean with it. They frag pretty nicely in pistol.
Yeah, I even like the strategy adjustment there. Just getting one kill, falling back, and just making sure that you don't give back that advantage. And now, Jamhand, he has the perfect opportunity to rack up plenty of eco kills with the Marshal. He's got lineups in front of him, and he should be able to call out to his teammate where they are, despite them being able to bust through the defenses without losing too many members. I mean, already you just see the rest of the team slowly encroaching on the position. You see the pincer maneuver, Twix picking up one, teammates all chiming in. This could be a team ace if the trend continues. Turtle is able to get one for himself, and the last man standing, Jay Korn, will have his knees cut out from beneath them. And hey, the Prophet, team ace.
Ain't nothing like everybody getting involved for Kentucky. Things look a little bit shaky towards Hallway initially, but the rest of the team able to capitalize, to come in. Jamhand, anything, he's a distraction. He allows the rest of the team to make their way forward as BSU stick to the cupboards. They hide just a little bit, trying to make their way forward to that end goal of the doorway towards the overlook hangar doors to start to get things open and head towards site, but they're snuffed out. They're taken out, cut down as the knees, as you stated. And now we go to a default for Ball State. They're here to slow things down. I'm interested to see what their actual offensive takes, their set piece executes look like, especially on a map like Breeze that's only been around for about 2 months.
Oh yeah, and on a hit like A, the split can be crucial. Turtle now, a few shots ring out early on. They're trying to hit him through the wall. even the trap to create some separation there, but Turtle is not discouraged. He's willing to take the fight again.
Willing to take the fight again, but won't be offered it just yet, so we'll back away towards elbow. That's some control gain, some early information. Turtle gonna get a lot towards mid. And not the info we wanted either. He's downloaded a headshot straight to the dome as Astro will take that one away. And now info towards site. Jamhand still looking for picks with the Marshall. It's not to be, but Fro will have his back to secure it. But he is stuck all the way up tube. Good for one, and Parker will grab another, traded quickly. But more trades to come through for Ball State as they'll secure themselves site. Now Twix alone towards spawn. The bonus has been good for 2 frags so far. Twix looking to maybe make it a third.
If you can make it a third, you can definitely call that bonus round worth it. Not sure how many actually bought up all the way for Kentucky, though. I think they might have actually had a few rifles on their side there, and Stokebot. That is just about the easiest thing you could ever ask for as a lurker. He picks himself up a freebie. Another team ace, back-to-back. Looks like everyone's getting their hand in the cookie jar here. No one named Owen in this match. So 2-1. They're able to swing back. Plenty of guns around the board here. BSU does have to pick up light armor for Astro, but other than that, it looks like we are going to have plenty of firepower to play with.
He's good. His teammate bought him. No worries.
Oh, nice.
Sharing is caring, baby. You'll love to see it.
Absolutely.
So Kentucky, they do get a full buy once again as well. Full utility in addition to that, as those rifles you saw, Tristan, were picked up off the good old ground. So they're looking good into this round.
Standing ahead.
Got
Good utility usage.
Yeah,
that operator could have been deadly there, but the recon bolt just making sure that there is no cheeky angles being played, and when you cross your T's and dot your I's, you're rewarded without losing a teammate early on. And so they've established the location of the operator too, and so they can shift their team coordination around accordingly if needed. And they're playing pretty defensively, pretty far back for Kentucky, willing to give up a lot of space here. That could come back to bite them, as look how much access they have into this B site. There's only a single player here. They're being divided by the toxic screen. They could end up walking right into a bad situation, though. Jay Corn's not looking in the right direction. His teammate gets turned around. Bro could get shot in the back of the head. That was just about as unlucky as you could possibly get in that situation, as Kentucky now down a man. Nagwin seems to be all turned around. Ball State keeping him guessing right now. Oh, he hears the footsteps. They're stomping around right now. Turtle able to secure the first. He's got a second around the corner, but he's been blinded. He gives away his position. J-Corn now. Given an extra bit of information to work with. And it looks like they're willing to give up the plant for now. Just play for the retake.
Again, I'll play for the retake here. It'll be
This is
everybody
big.
towards CT. They should have a recon available.
Horn. His spot could be massive here. He's got one. That headshot angle. He's holding him off for a little bit longer, but Turtle has been firing on all cylinders right now. Another 3K. He's even got the Hunter's Fury out. It's going to be a second one dropped. Cord is doing everything right now as the Nagwin. Also chiming in with one of his own. One is on the defusal, but he's rotated all the way around. They look in the wrong direction. It's the first one taken out. Snowflake has the opportunity to do it, but 17 HP separates Kentucky from the loss, and they're able to make the retake happen off the back of Turtle's fantastic play.
In my days, Turtles able to save that round for Kentucky. Ball State read it quite nicely. They throw the flash forward for Jake Corn. He's able to grab one onto Fro, and from there, they know the Jet player has been moving around quite a bit. They know they've got some space, and they know the team has rotated away. They expect the B hit to come forward. They recognize they send 4 over into A. They're able to get a plant. The post plant set up. Jake Corn only able to grab one from that spot, and then Turtle just comes through and makes a play. Sometimes you make everything right. You do everything perfectly. You read the defense, but the retake is too clean. Sometimes you just get outplayed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't say it any better myself. You do what you feel your coaches have taught you. You execute. You run them around the map. You get onto the site safely, and then you just get absolutely eviscerated. Fro now, just with the Marshall, going to try and post up some early defensive. Nagwin as well, able to get the man advantage yet again. Fro now, he's got 2 directions to look at, but a nice quick flick. He's taken out 2. Nagwin's got the third. Astro is able to swing back with a single hit of his own, but other than that, I don't think he's getting much more. Nagwin able to, after a labored spray, secure 1. Parker does have backline access. That was a little bit awkward there. It can recover a gun as well, but does he go for this? Or does he just try and survive a minute? Oh, he just manages to swoop up that bomb. He's even making a quick dash towards the B side. Do they even realize it's gone yet? Parker, if he moves quick enough, the double back. They should know that the bomb is gone now. How many rotations are drawn out of this? Do they decide to just stick together? There's still plenty of players in this A side. This mind game may have been a little bit too high Q even for Parker. And so will he expect this player tucked in the corner? Turtle doing just that, turtling up right now. Oh! Oof.
Yeah,
That was
Parker
rough.
plays himself. That's actually just super unlucky. You know,
You see the idea, right?
once again, you make a good play. You start running. You try to run through spawn. Unfortunately, nobody on site can hear your footsteps from that far away. So he's kind of faking for the fans at home and not for the actual defense. So there's no reason for them to leave. They send Twix over just in case to go listen for a B site plant, and there's absolutely nothing going on. So they are able to recognize there, okay, either he fake rotated or he just has spike and hasn't played in yet, and they're absolutely right on the read.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess if I'm putting myself in his train of thought as Parker, again, picking up the first, they are able to trade it back, and this A site seems to be just shut for business. Fro and Nagwin have doing a great job doubling up, and in my opinion, if you're going to try and hit this A site, you need someone lurking around those doors, because if you're all just trying to spring through the same direction, it's very easy to just have that stonewall two-man defense. As out come the Seekers. That's going to establish a lot of information, and that heavy rotation onto the A site will be punished. Ball State seems to have read the defenses. The playbook has been opened wide up, and they have a lot of time to set up on this defense.
Yeah, significant amount of time to set up indeed. The Viper's pit will go down. So a lot of control early here onto the post plant. Drone in for Turtle. Is it good to spot anything? I will see the barrel of the Viper, but that's not really that much of a help in terms of informational value. Recon won't get anything either.
Oh,
but
no
Turtle,
way!
Huge pick onto Parker out of nowhere.
Nagwin.
Shotgun move J Corn into Nagwin. Good for another. Viper stuck in close toxic screen. Gonna get absolutely hunted down here. Oh, this could be a huge play for the Viper.
Ian, run for your life. He's playing Ring Around the Rosie right now. He's actually juking them out. He could just stop the planter. The bomb is getting low. Ian can put an end to this round himself, but he gets found out. He gets taken down. They don't have any time. Kentucky has lost this round.
I feel like I just watched an episode of Squid Game. We went to a childhood game right there. Literal ring around the Rosie, around the pillar for Ian. Waste 20 seconds off the clock. It allows for the Sova to get all the way off of sight to get to elbow, and then throws down a Hunter's Fury to deny anybody to actually step onto the defuse. They can't get it half. They can't get on it in the first place. Can't even tap the darn thing. And by that point, when they finally have Ian killed, where Astro still would have had a repeak or been able to throw shock bolts or something of the sorts to stop any sort of defuse. There's no time anyway. So they head for the hills, and they lose weapons. So
Get out of my way.
I mean, this man just essentially clutched around 1v4 without getting a single kill.
yes.
That's amazing. Parker, he's going to get the better of Fro. We've seen that battle time and time again. These Jets have been going at it, and it doesn't look like the Sova actually hears him dash forward. The knives to the back don't connect. He gets dropped low, but he's not taken out. Crucially, numbers being swayed back and forth, but Astor with the trade keeps it in the favor of Ball State by 2. The A site wide open now, and it's another plant going down. As they get the ball rolling more and more, Kentucky looked fantastic to start this map off, but suddenly they're finding holes in the defenses, and this is what Ball State does best. They adjust their strategies.
Yeah, and you called it out quite nicely around a go about the need for mid presence. So we hadn't seen Ball State really play towards it yet. They finally play mid this round. Clean one task from Parker to come through to finish the job into spawn. They finally play mid this round. They finally occupy mid door, and it allows them a two-pronged A site execute, and finally gets them in. It breaks down the defense. So your call out there is more than correct, Tristan, and we see proof in that round.
Boy, they pay us the big bucks, baby.
Yeah.
Fro, a bit of money disparity now, starting to get a little bit worrisome for Kentucky, as Nagwin only with 1,800 in the bank. It looks like just the light buys ensuring that they can pick up guns the next round. And they're going to try and squeak this one out with pretty inferior weaponry, all things considered. Early dart towards mid just to establish a little bit of information there. J-Corn going to try and follow this drone out. Very close to connecting a few shots. They're going to try and use this blind through the wall. Nagwin does get forced behind the box. It's a nice spring out from Fro. He gets around the corner. A second headshot is in his future. Jake Bourne, where you looking, buddy? Parker over the top. He's going to get tagged up as well. How is Fro still alive right now? It makes no sense. He's going to kill a planter. They have to look around the corner, and finally, Fro gets snuffed out. They sniff him. Turtle now. They try and get a few shots through the wall. The overgrowth is there as well to heal up the team. 3v4 now. Low HP on one. Astro does get removed. The flank finally coming in for Ian. He's going to enjoy himself a few free kills. J-Corn as well. Shot to the back as they put him in the two-way meat grinder.
Yeah, they just kind of won the gunfights onto site. So contact, execute. Ball State has been playing pretty complex over towards mid. We saw him throw a two-pronged approach, but this time it was a simple one and done. We'll take it 5-on-3 and just hope we're able to win it. They'll occupy an extra player over towards the middle of the map, exactly what happens, and they recognize the site should be just a little bit weaker. Take full advantage. So good control of the pace for Ball State, good adjustments to be made, and then just winning the fights on site.
A little bit messy there from Ball State, all things considered. The second kill, if Fro was able to line up that shot on J-Corn, who was
Either of them, really.
just not looking the right direction, that could have really been the difference between this round going either direction. So Ball State may have just gotten away with one, and it was a very different look from the first game where it just seemed like Ball State had all the answers. The only rounds it felt like they were losing were ones where Kentucky was just, having a single player pop off, get control of a site with some miraculous aim. But this time around, it's looking more vulnerable. Jamhand trying to move forward, but Stokebot has his number, waiting for the push, and that's just great awareness right there. Jamhand hasn't really had a tendency to push that too often, but Stokebot just knowing what he needs to do as a sentinel, as someone who has to watch all the angles for his team. The blind comes out. He's got one, but the second one, that's the whole point of a crossfire right there, protecting your teammates when they need you to. Twix as well, chiming in with the kill of his own. The numbers are back in favor of Kentucky, but there's low HP bars, red on the scoreboard, and Turtle is still firing away, finding headshot after headshot. Stokebot has an opportunity here, though. He's been able to creep out onto the site without too much awareness, and if Parker can draw enough of the aggro, he can really get some freebies. As I say that, he's got one, but now he's got all the extra work to do as for his team, and Fro will lay him down. 5-4, Kentucky back in the driver's seat.
I like the defensive change we see from Kentucky into that round. They recognize they just got swarmed onto the A site. So this round, they pull back a little bit. They put a player into tube and a player into overlook, and then they're able to sit back, relax, and hit some crossfires. They give some space, but realistically, they're not giving away control just yet. They're still there. They're still occupying space, but they're making sure that it's not easy for this team to rush on, to make opportunities happen quickly, and they take care of business towards the back of site.
Oh yeah, Kentucky reassuming the lead. Going to be looking to pick up their first 2 rounds in a row since, I believe, the first 2 rounds of the game. And so out comes the Trailblazer, going to try and get some vision onto Twix. He is able to take that one out before being stunned up, but now he's kind of forced into the back of the site. He's slowly getting pinched from all directions, and with that dart being established, that could be big, the Hunter's Fury, but as Twix tries to get a shot off of his own, he is clotheslined there. J-Corn as well towards the middle of the map, just destroying the ranks of Kentucky as they are able to fight back. Nagwin, another good shot. He's been consistent this game so far. And as he runs out, wow, what a quick trigger finger he has. He can't make it back to safety, though, before he's removed as well. 2v1, the operator is out, but since there's low HP on the Cypher, maybe he can try and use the pistol. Around he goes, and Stokebot's timing is just better.
So we're starting to see a slight issue with this toxic screen, especially into that round. It's creative indeed. It's nice for the 2 players on site if they're able to stay alive, so it cuts off the tunnel vision and also vision from B main. So it requires the team to actually come take site and push in without that early information. But you see, in that round, it just gets flashed through. They're initially taken out, and then there's no actual help available for Kentucky to come through and try to quickly rotate. There's no peek from mid. They don't have any vision. So in the same sense that wall is going to deny vision for Ball State, it's going to deny vision for anyone that rotates over as well.
Yeah, and Twix did not look like, when it comes to a Viper holding a site, I always see Vipers looking extremely menacing, and it's very hard to push through, but felt like it was a paper-thin defense there, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know if the Snakebite wasn't able to get down in time, but he was just pushed towards the back of the site, and when you get tagged with a dart and you're stuck in a corner like that, I mean, it's only a matter of time. Whoa, out in the open, trying to pick up the orb. Nice timing there for Twix, but he's not able to line up the shot just yet. Out comes the Trailblazer. It hits him. Nicks him in the corner as he tries to move back out. He is getting tagged up. Parker as well. 3 HP on Fro, but he does have the knives. He can be a tricky target hit. Turtle getting a 2K with just a shock dart. That's utility usage to a T right there. Looking for even more. The dart comes out. He's got vision of Corn. He wants to spring into action, but he's getting seen himself. He's blinded. He's stuck in no man's land, and he's dropped. 2v2 now as we see this Jet living on a ladybug landing on him. Could kill him off at this point. Fro is On his last breath, Astro springs out, and this one seems to be done and dusted. Ball State just needs to land something, anything onto Fro, and he wants no part in this. He's willing to just take that expensive gun and get himself out of dodge.
Kentucky took that retake so early. The last two players were just now getting to the site as everybody was already trying to quick swarm Pillar. You saw that utility come out for the Sova very early. It was played quite nicely. They found the first two. And then initially, the two players CT said, all right, we got two. It's time to go, baby, go. But they're still outnumbered. There's still 3 players for Ball State on the site. And they just sit there and hold crosses with one another. A great flash comes through from J-Corn to allow him to grab the first. But Kentucky, they just get a little bit too overzealous. They get a little bit too excited. And they die before their teammates are even there to assist.
Yeah, and we've been giving a lot of compliments to Turtle for his play so far this game, but definitely gave up a kill that he didn't need to. He got a little bit bloodthirsty, and that tends to happen when you're Sova and you get someone scanned on the dart. You think you have every advantage going into the fight, but Astro had his own dart scanning Turtle, and so from there, It was very easy for J-Corn to set up his own counter utility and give himself a free kill, and from there, I mean, it just all fell apart. Nagwin now on the front lines here. He's going to try and get some vision, sees the drone coming out, wants to dodge there. He can play around this Viper smoke, but as he lets off those shots, suddenly they're going to get a lot more information. He's standing right on the other side of the smoke. This could be huge. He's got a great position, tries to spam through, but he's only going to get tagged up himself. This is messy at best. The Viper's pit as well. It's going to be difficult to get back onto the site, but they have the distance. They're close up and personal. Ian, though, quick hands. Astro as well. Everyone's chiming in with kills of their own. This could be another team ace lined up here as the last two pretty far off from being able to get their hands on this bomb. And already the flankers ready to spring into action. Parker get a kill for himself. Hey, if Stokebot gets this, it's a team ace. Unfortunately for him, Astro just happy to clean up that round nice and neat. J-Corn even playing in the toxic goop himself. Having a little bit of fun with it as we get into this last round.
If Nagwin doesn't spray through that pit or doesn't spray that drone, there is so much potential for that round. Able to sneak through water, had a leer, can leer into pit, and then push forward. Would have had the Viper. He heard her throw down the pit. Pit would have been instantly gone, and it would have been significantly easier to get back into that site. But hey, this is how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, patience is a virtue, and Nagwin not really having that patience there. And at the very least, if you are going to spray through that, you know where the bomb is being planted. At least try and spray through the angle where you're going to be hitting the bomb planter. But a little overzealous there, hoping to get maybe just a crazy spray down to hit a few. And I mean, hey, hindsight's 20/20. Maybe if he does actually get some kind of crazy spray down there, we're singing a different tune.
We're saying something different for sure.
Yeah, but hey. We get to be observers for a reason, so we sound smarter. So, Fro, he gets the better of Parker this time with just the deagle. That could be big on cracking this site open. 5-7, you want to bring this momentum into the second half. Jamhand will get a nice and neat plant there as 5v4. Another player being tagged up there. Twix very low as Turtle finishes him off at the 5v3. As we see more red HP bars. Everyone's low, but no one's dropping. Finally, Stokebot is able to light the fire for his teammates. As I'm saying that, it's a pistol round. I'm completely tripping, my friends. Oh, nice headshot from J-Corn. He's got a second. What a ridiculous flick. Shades of the first map with his ridiculous clutch 1v2. This guy, you can't mess with him. It's a 2v2 now with the bomb getting fairly low. This kill will be huge. Stokebot with his own flick. This is just what the doctor ordered to start the second half off. Another headshot. That is Ball State showing why they are 4-1. What got them to the ball?
That is an interesting toxic screen as well from UKY. It's so deep into sight, which is good because it allows you to guarantee extra sight control and extra vision denial, but it also allows for players to now tuck the screen because it's so deep into sight. Not something that we saw into that round. Fortunately enough, that one just comes down to ridiculous shooting, as you've mentioned. But in the future, on their A executes, that's something to look out for if they continue to throw that screen. Especially now into this round, as Stokebot is going to have these strips, he's going to have these cages. He has a chance to play very close pyramid because that screen, once again, is very wide.
Yeah, I mean, J-Corn is a walking highlight reel so far this series. When he does pop off, it is in spectacular fashion. Now Fro right around the corner. They have no idea how close each other are. The blind will come through, looking around at just a second too late. J-Corn's already got lined up.
Meantime, they've occupied a ton of mid here.
Where is that
Two up.
camera at?
Flashes over there, I don't know.
What is... Oh.
You like a
That
nerd
is...
cam?
What a nerd. The pistol's doing
Means-
work, though. They were able to pick up 2 kills, which is already a net positive when it comes to some of these save rounds. Ian now getting closed on. Or Twix, I do believe. Ian taking out the imposter. Stokebot now left on the site. Playing defense. He's got a 1v1 lined up with Nagwin, which he will win. Doesn't take too much damage either. And so this last player jumping out. Ooh, that shot whizzing right over his shoulder. But Stokebot able to close out this round with confidence. 5-9 now as Ball State starts to extend their lead, nearing double digits.
Nearing double digits indeed, and the bonus would help them so drastically look to wrap this map up if they're able to get it. Jake can get back up to elbow. That's also additional early control that they're going to have going in 2 rounds. And it looks like they might want to put at least one initiator there. We'll see what the call ends up being in regards to that. But we'll see UKY change things up. They'll look to head over to the B site now. They're also going to occupy that mid area. Oh, we got a bit of a fake going on.
I do enjoy me some good old-fashioned mind games.
Dog saw
It
though,
looks
and
like-
drone. Drone came up elbow as well, so the toxic screen has basically done nothing in this round unless they go back and re-hit A late into the round because they're going to have utility instantly there. Because they've given up so much information. B, Paranoia will give extras. Ian doesn't have a poison cloud set up onto actual main. It's a little bit too deep. Actually, that's his opponent's, so that's fine. That's fine.
Run through it, Ian, like a psychopath. Do it.
Don't listen to this guy.
And I mean, they had a heavy stack on B there, so Kentucky may have just saved themselves a lot of grief by not deciding to take that fight. And as a Stokebot pushes through, if they decide to wrap back around towards the A site, they could be getting hit with some unexpected angles here as Fro does get the opener onto Astro. They could decide to hit B later on. Ian, though, he's getting aggressive himself, decided to push through the smoke. Won't be getting much for himself. Parker now. Did that shot connect? It did. And so damage being racked up on both sides. A lot of low HP bars here, but this guy is still up. Overgrowth is always an option.
They pulled rotate now with Fro, and they'll do so again. They're going to throw this jet all the way into the B site for the flank. It's done its due diligence and allow them to get into the A site, but still players tucked here. Stokebot. Oh, the shots haven't connected just yet.
It's so
they
awkward.
Will start to now.
13 seconds.
It's going to be time for the plant to go down. Toxic screen's there as well, so they will get a plant, and they'll get a couple picks as well. Ball State looking to get back into this one. They've got low players to work with, so the eco guns won't be too big of a deal.
Look at the HP bars. They're all red. Everyone has been hit by this Marshall. Parker collecting 1. He's finally cashing in on all the softening up he did earlier this round. Ian as well. He has an opportunity to really do a lot of damage here as he tries to jump in. Parker gets another. This guy is a machine right now. He even dashes forward. Twix has to get there quick. Already halfway defused. I don't think he's getting here in time. The headshot to come in. Parker, you madman. You absolute demon. He tags everyone with the Marshall. He finishes 3 off. And man, oh man, if you're Ball State, you are thanking Parker, kissing his feet.
Gun here.
Yeah, you're definitely not happy about it if you're Kentucky, especially if you're Twix. He thought he had more time on the rotation. He runs through CT and then starts to make his way over towards Overlook, towards the back of that retaking team. But unfortunately, it's too little too late. And we got to give some kudos as well to the heads-up awareness from Ian. Recognizes he hasn't thrown down his toxic screen yet. Throws it down to cut off A site and allow him to start to stick the defuse. He throws it so if that player is remaining tucked towards caves, because they haven't seen him yet, it'll be blocked off and allow them to go for that defusal as he's able to go sit there and stick it. So good awareness overall. I didn't end up playing too much into the round, but I still like that you like to see.
I would very much like to see how many Marshall shots Parker landed that round, because if I had to guess, I'd probably say like 7 or 8. And he's still... No, that's not Parker. That's Fro. Okay, opposite jet. Trying to get in on the action. Fro copying his whole flow, word for word, bar for bar. Gonna hear those jumps around. Ian is very far pushed up. Not willing to get too aggressive with it just yet.
Uh-oh.
But now he's creeping around. He could be met with an untimely death if he doesn't time this right. Oh man,
so
did
much
anyone
info.
see? This is so big. He can't connect the shots at first. He's got an opportunity. The second is there. Tries to switch to the pistol for the third, but Fro is there. He's quick on the trade. Not willing to let too many of his teammates die. And because of the earlier pick from Ball State, it is evened up.
That should be good enough.
3v3,
Long enough
low
for rotation to come
HP.
through.
Parker is there. Makes it a 2v3. Turtle springs out. Oh, he's caught by the dart. can't land the shots though. They are playing so aggressively on both ends right now. No one's trying to give up an inch.
Tunnel go down. And they've got 2 on the flank right now. So Parker just stalling for time. Allows for the flash to come through. Both players back is like going to be caught by it. They'll be caught by that one as well. As J-Corn now to swing forward. Shots not connected just yet for either side. They will now for J-Corn. Turn to the grab one and trade it out quickly by Parker. So it is a death for the Viper. Able to find 2. Potentially could have had more on the spray down. But kills enough time to allow 3 to make it onto the rotation over. It gets Parker in a position box to open that one up. Then the rest of the teammates right around the corner. So at the very least, it's massive stall potential.
Are you not entertained? Look at these rounds. They're just fighting nonstop. I felt like there was gunshots going on every 5 seconds throughout the entire round. That was so much fun to watch. And man, oh man, I love these two teams' play styles. Ball State just getting ahead on some of these rounds. It's coming down to the wire for so many of them. But that clutch factor just seems to be in Ball State's favor a little bit more.
Again, the team play there towards the end of the round as well. Their ability to constantly adapt quickly and make quick calls has definitely been making the difference here in both maps. Definitely in that map as well, allowing the Viper to anchor so far forward. This round, they make a call towards mid. The read is going to be in vain. They have to work for a retake, and the Viper sits down as well. Make that a numbers advantage for Kentucky in addition.
Stokebot gets clotheslined and he tries to cross. Ian should be able to trade this one back. Nice hold on the operator. Catches a player walking in onto the site, but they have a long ways to go if they want to make this retake happen. This was a very early bomb plant. The rotations just now getting towards A, and they're all just tucked into this Viper's pit. AoE could be big here if they are able to land it. The Secrets can lead the charge as well. They hit Twix. They line up too. Ian, are you kidding me? Flying through the air. He's able to disrupt the aim just long enough, and this is going to be all up to the last player. Nagwin is laid out, and it seems to be the 12th round. Easy and dusted. And I mean, Kentucky, this could well just be their exit out of this series if they can't make something happen on the next round.
It's a fantastic Secrets to come through, and heads up awareness from everybody on BSU as well, realizing we got to get into this thing quickly. We've got to follow. See, Parker will pop the Blade Storm. We'll jump to the top. Jake Corn will flash into the pit, and then Ian will come around. Gets a little gift for the second 2-for-1 special, spraying down towards the side of the left pyramid. But nonetheless, that one comes down to good awareness, a good retake, and then absolute confidence from everybody on the team that at the very least, if they do go down, they're going to have a refrag. They just get in there.
And if there is a counter to Viper's pit, it's going to be those Seekers, just because they'll always know where the enemy is at. And as I say that, onto the B side, oh, Ian, you better have your happy feet on. He's got hit by the first shot, just able to get out of dodge for the second one. That was close as ever, but 67 HP. His operator better be finding the mark every time he uses it if he wants to live through this round.
See two players get jumping towards elbows. They'll be taken out early here. Ian's going to trade one back at the very least. Rotation going to come through. There are Cypher trips in that direction. Cam's there as well, so they should have some sort of ID. Stokebot also going to hear a lot of noise initially. It wasn't him to hear it. It was Parker. Oh my days. Fro just clean with the shots. That's the A site given away. It's going to be the plant to go down. And honestly, you can go ahead and throw the weapon away in this round. At least try to get a couple down if you're Ian. So you got enough eco. It's not really a big deal, but definitely not going to get this round one.
And you remember what we were talking about? When Kentucky wins rounds, it feels like it's off of individual performances. This time around, it was Fro getting 2 to go. 33 HP with the knives. He gets 2 headshots in a little fast food 2-for-1 action there. Has the coupon in hand, and Fro caught looking the wrong direction. Ian not able to land either shot. We'll just fall back for now. And I don't really... honestly, he can go for this retake. They have plenty of money in the bank, even if he were to drop the operator. But, I mean, at this point, I don't see you winning this round too easily. He takes a few shots to the back.
Nice.
And as well as Fro was playing in that mid, you know, he was looking like he wasn't missing a single knife in mid. But suddenly, all 5 go the way of the wind, despite Ian not even facing the right direction. But, long story short, operator will be brought into this next round, and yeah, like we were saying, I mean, Kentucky is winning a lot of these rounds off of individual performances rather than the teamwork you see out of Ball State. And I gotta give you credit. This the Omen pick you were talking about not being too effective. Well, Jamhand is having a bit of a rough go of it.
Yeah, it's hard to find value. It's that simple. It's just very hard to find value anywhere for the Omen. You don't really have a place to put your smokes. I mean, I guess you could put them towards mid window, but you still leave a gap open. So it's almost a pseudo sense of security for your team if they do go to play the mid area. You could maybe smoke hallway, but that doesn't help you either because you want to be the team to have vision in that direction. So yeah, it's just hard to make it work. But I mean, so far they're able to grab a couple rounds, see if they can continue the trend. They're going to have to. They want to keep this game alive.
Yeah.
Shakecorn will gather information, but give a ton away as he's struggling to make that jump.
Oh, are you kidding?
It's a huge shot goal.
How did he even know he was there? That's just...
Lucky guess.
The guy's got him red. He's got his number. And I mean, when you think about Omen, like his main attraction, the main reason you pick him over some of the other smokes in the game is because of that blind. But have we even seen a blinded kill yet? Parker now.
No.
That's big to start this round off. It's a 4v5, no Sage anywhere to be seen. You're not resurrecting anyone here. Turtle, though, trying to answer when his team is calling upon him. But Parker is just so consistent with this operator. We were talking about operators on Jet can make a huge difference when it comes to a map like Breeze, and he could make all the difference here as he has the opportunity to stuff this push before it can even happen. He hears the footsteps. Parker has all the eyes on him right now, and as he creeps out, the Hunter's Fury gets one. He's got the second, a 3K on the round. He could get the 4-piece to put it all away. The rest of his team approaching. He may not even need to. This is backs against the wall here for Kentucky and Twix. My friend, I hate to say it, but 14 seconds left. I don't see this working out for you, my friend. Astro is the man to do it. 13-6 is your final score. Ball State will take this best of 3 home, 2-0, looking clean as ever. And Ball State is a force to be reckoned with. This was not a win that looked like Ball State was just outgunning their opponents. It looked like they were a well-oiled machine where everyone was participating, everyone was making plays happen, and everyone was doing their part to look vicious.
Oh yeah, 100%. Everybody getting involved just looked to be quite well prepared. They had, as you've mentioned, the ability to constantly make adjustments, whether it is that defensive side of things over onto our first map of Ascent, or whether it is mid-round adjustments to work through the defense quite nicely. Whatever it is, they look like they just had an answer. Just a step ahead, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. And so don't go anywhere, though. This best of 3 may be over, but this show must go on. We have an interview coming up with one of our top fraggers from Ball State. If you want an inside look into the workings of one of the best collegiate teams in this tournament, you will get one after this short break.
I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like can food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 Classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch ahead. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Yeah, I think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
Welcome back to the ECAC matchup. A fantastic one at that, where the University of Kentucky did get felled by the Ball State University with a fantastic matchup. We are joined here by Jaycorn, who was that fantastic Sky you saw initiating plenty of these site takes. Jaycorn, how you feeling after that victory?
We're feeling great after that victory.
That's what I like to hear. Now, I want to start it off by talking about you guys' utility usage, because that is something that we were kind of touching on several times throughout this matchup here. It almost felt like you guys were always one step ahead when it came to the utility usage. Now, you did a few set pieces, specifically on Ascent. Were that all of your early moves when it came to utility? Were those something that you kind of coordinated with your coach, especially, I think, specifically to the round where there was a Killjoy ultimate that flushed many into the corner, then some shock darts that ended up picking up kills as you guys were going. I see you nodding. You remember that round now, but is that something that you guys have been practicing time and time again? And how much of that can you credit to your coach versus players just kind of coordinating that with each other?
That is absolutely something we've been practicing for a very long time. They were freaking out whenever they hit the shock dart after that. It was amazing.
I mean, we were as well.
Yeah, it was a really cool play because that Killjoy forces them back into main. But I don't know. It's honestly like even credit around the board. Like obviously, like we gotta have Astro learn those lineups. We gotta have Stoke disciplined to play for the retake that round and use his ult to sort of flush him out of the site. But and then of course we have Brad and again Stoke. Brad is our coach. Stoke is our IGL. It was just overall great coordination.
Absolutely. Would you got anything for us, Catnator?
Yeah, let's touch on that a little bit more. The coordination from the team synergy overall. If you just look at post-game leaderboards, the scoreboards, everybody getting involved. There's no player that we really can call out for standing out in terms of the frag department, in terms of the assist, in terms of utility, everybody getting involved, doing their due diligence. What does that look like in the practice room, training for you guys? How long have you been playing together? And why does your team mesh so well?
So the majority of us, besides Ian, have been playing together for well over a year. Ian was our fifth that we added on. But we definitely like to see even scoreboards throughout the entire thing. We like to see that we're trading one another. We like to see that we're calming and making sure that we're getting kills for each other. And so,
yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely. And one thing I also want to touch on was your IGL. Now, we talked about this with you personally. We talked about this on stream, but the man is coming straight out of Mario Kart into the Valorant scene. And do you think that's had any influence on him, on the man? Is he just stepping on the gas over and over again? Is he laying down these banana peels with his utility usage, hoping that someone drives right across him?
I'm not sure. He's right next to me. I can ask him. Stoke, they want to know if your Mario Kart knowledge transferred over to Valorant.
Absolutely not. Like, none at all. It's a whole different ballgame.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Understandable. All right, I'll take you back to the Ascent matchup. So we started to see a significant amount of mid-pressure come out from the Wildcats. They started to work that area of the map, and then immediately we saw defensive adjustments. We almost didn't see the same defensive look in terms of setups since round 6 or 7, once those lapses started to occur. Is that something you're constantly aware of, moving players around? Is that something you try to focus on at all in practice?
Yeah, I think that we realized that they were trying to take a lot of mid control early round. So definitely like part of the game, like you can only prepare so much, right? Until you actually get in. So I think that we absolutely adapted into playing, like 2 back mid, and for me, I was like the cat player, and I was like really trying to use my utility to make sure that we weren't about to get rushed and could do nothing about it. So I don't know, it's just kind of feeling it out in the moment, but it's also a lot of preparation as well.
Yeah, I was really interested to see the dual mid-market setup and then leaving the V site wide open. I mean, it's something I've never even seen looked at before, and it worked out. So hey, credit to you.
Yeah, and I do like how you guys dumped a ton of the Astra plus Killjoy utility usage just in case they did decide to hit that B site. You guys could really combine that for a lot of stopping power. But one last question before we're finished bothering you. Now, with this victory, you guys are now 5-1 towards the top of the tournament. Is there any specific team you guys are looking to face? Anyone that you're excited about or even nervous about that could be looking menacing?
We lost to the other UK team, and we're definitely looking to rematch them and hopefully beat them, because I think that we're getting better every single week. And so it would be really exciting to like see, whether we improved enough to beat them or not.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, hey, Stokebot, hopefully he can grab a blue shell, hit the players out of first place, and get you guys up in there. And thank you so much for the interview. We're very happy to have you here. Fantastic victory. You guys have all the momentum in the world, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys more. I love the Ball State repping. Now, with that, we're gonna give you a chance to shout out whatever you wanna plug here. Is there anyone you want to shout out specifically?
Shout out to all my team. Shout out to Coach Brad. Shout out to Dan Marino, our esports director. Shout out to all of Ball State's esports program in general. And I'd like to plug my Twitch, twitch.tv/TheRealJcorn. I promise I'm not this pale all the time. It's just the lighting in the room. I'm not like a ghost. I'm actually alive, believe it or not. I'm not dead. So I know Halloween just passed, but...
Yeah, for Stokebot, he's cosplaying Boo, obviously. But thank you so much, man. We're really happy to have you on here, and it was a fantastic matchup. With that, we will be closing out the stream, but thank you so much for everyone who tuned in, everyone who watched, and everyone who played. Until next time, we will be signing off. It's been Tristan Cass, and it's been Catinator. We'll see you guys around.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.